Okay, we are live with the Melkar stream, Stellaris, Part 2. We are currently at war with the, what are they called again? The Mandate of Brilthana. Very antagonistic, very theocratic. We've moved back our fleet to the Majak system in order to defend there. And I think we should be safe. I mean, we had taken these systems earlier, but they pushed us back, and it's gonna be a tug of war back and forth. And the Majak system has many defenses, ringed and splendid. And our fleets are getting repaired and rested. So that is the situation. We're also in this war with our defensive pact friends, the Oxbroxy administration. They're fighting off the Grek despoilers in the south. Now, I think my allies should be fine because they have multiple large fleets. Like, they got 14k fleet power between these two fleets here. And the enemy fleets are around 6k up there. There's another 6k fleet down here. So I think my allies might be okay, but really, even if we lose this war, they're just going to lose the Eurus system, and we're only going to get humiliated. So there's really not too much to worry about. And, you know, I feel pretty good about my position. We have... Our fleet power is relatively... Oh, well, somehow they got superior all of a sudden. But there's no way they can beat us at the Fortress of Majak. It's just an impossible proposition. And our fleets are fully repaired now. Actually... Oh, oh, the damn fools! They're going to attack us. What? They're just gonna... let 1.8k ships get slaughtered? Yeah, sure. I could dig it.
Spaceports sustaining damage.
Okay, so those are the defensive platforms armed with their brutal X-ray lasers. The large version, mind you. And what's the enemy got here? They got some destroyers. Okay, so I guess we'll see what happens. They're retreating. Corvettes are engaging. Okay, we took down one. Looks like we took down 3 ships. Or I guess we took down 1 destroyer. We lost only 1 Corvette. Like, there's definitely, you can see 3 destroyers being blowed up. So I don't... Like, it looks like we destroyed 3 of them, but it says we only destroyed 1. Well, anyway, so the Fortress of Majak has really proven its worth. And we can go research that technology. I guess they're the closest science ship. So if only they would send... If only they would send in their large first battle group, they would crash like waves upon rock. So we got some society research. I guess, yeah, we want to clear out the dangerous wildlife. Alright, so that's pretty good. We can upgrade that physics lab. Good, good. So I'm going to finish researching Aurelium mining. Even though we have no Aurelium within our own territory, maybe we could trade for some and get the plus 20% shield hit points, and then I'm going to modify all of my droids so they're better at mining. And in the meantime, I guess we'll just wait out the war. I mean, the enemy is at greater... They're going to reach 100% war exhaustion before I do, or before we do, me and my allies, I think, unless my allies screw things up. And, I'm assembling some ground forces, so maybe we can go in, retake these 3 systems, which I have a claim on. I have the rightful claim to these 3 systems. Then don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Oh, hey, Russell Barnes. Glad you made it as well. And then maybe we could take Fang now, or... Oh, they're sending in their big fleet. This is ideal. So we'll get to that battle in just a moment. They're badly outnumbered and outclassed. But if we can take this planet, just for the occupation score, we can end this war much more quickly, and hopefully gain control of these 3 systems and make a new defensive choke point here. You know, we're just... They're the frontier. We'll push them back. We're the only sane. You know, we are egalitarian and materialists. We believe in science and freedom of the people. And it's a dangerous galaxy out there with deadly robots, killer robots. Yes. Okay, that's a victory worthy. So they only lost one cruiser, but our losses were similarly minimal. Is your ship dead yet? You mean the missile ship? I don't have that type of ship within this particular game. That's in the Pilzon game, but I could make one in this playthrough as well. Actually, I was just about to start building some cruisers as well. So yeah, we took out one of their cruisers, which is good. But most of their ships retreated, which is not good. But they're at 40% war score, or war exhaustion, I should say. I mean, yeah, war score is just gone in this game. It's now it's exhaustion. So we'll let our corvettes repair, and let's retake these systems. How are
Research concluded.
my ground forces are still taking time to assemble. But yeah, so the HMS missile ship in the Pilzon Prosperity Sphere, that ship has been destroyed and rebuilt multiple times, I should say. I guess assembly patterns, yeah, let's go for assembly patterns, it'll be quick. But what I'm really going to do is actually modify our robots now. I made this mining droid template while I was... Advanced... You want me to go for advanced railgun? Yeah, sure, I can do that. But I mean, right now, we're actually going to apply the mining droid template to everybody, which will take 19 months. And, yeah, I guess we should go for the advanced railguns. I guess I'd be foolish not to. I mean, it's one thing I've noticed is when you get to the point where you start building habitats, those get populated so much more quickly than you can actually build up the buildings. Oh, don't worry about it. I think we're going to get all that technology eventually anyway.
Striking hostile station.
The order is just a... Well, I mean, we're busy doing the mining droids right now, so we can think about what we're going to go for. But I mean, we have a small, competent empire sandwiched between a lot of stuff. So, you know, we got to maintain our technological edge. Forward. The Fangnauer station. So they have a 2.4K, 4.3K station. Yeah, their fleet wasn't defeated. Hey, how come you guys didn't take that system? Damn it. Alright, we'll get that. Flipped to our control. Right now, I'm using a combination of lasers and... I think I'm going all lasers right now, actually. I was sort of thinking about changing things up a bit, though. Let's check the current. Right now, I'm doing all railguns, but I actually updated the design to have a laser in there as well, because my lasers are the best type of weapon. But I have not actually upgraded any of my ships to that design. And the reason I did that is because the enemy... The enemy has a mixture of armor and shields, but their shields are more advanced than their armor, so I figured I did not need as much energy, and I would favor the kinetics. So let's see, our ground forces have assembled at the rally point. The Troy Dom system, nothing much here. You know, no chance for R&R or anything like that for the troops. Because they could chill out on the station, but what do they have in there? Not much. Beware. I have destroyers and cruisers. I have a cruiser design that I'm looking to build, but my corvettes are consuming most of my fleet capacity. So I'm probably not going to use any cruisers for this war if things keep going the way they're going, but I'll probably make some cruisers in between. And I cannot recruit a general because we have no leadership capacity. Okay, so they got 16k fleet power now. That dwarfs my 11k fleet power. Yeah, there's no way we can take Fengnauer.
A declaration of war has been announced.
Alright, yeah, so it's our old friends, the Maynard bots from the other custom empire that I made. Well, so... yeah, I'm gonna retreat my fleet back. I mean, we just kind of need to wait out the war, because they're getting more exhausted much more quickly. But yeah, you want to use energy weapons. Let's throw... oh wait, we'll talk about weapons in just a moment, but I need to get the final expansion, Galactic Ambition, which is good. Now I have +2 core systems. But yeah, so... I mean, lasers are not so good against shields, but they do good at slicing through armor. And then, of course, railguns are the exact opposite. Good against shields, but they sort of bounce off of armor. And so, depending on what the enemy has, you can either favor kinetic weapons or laser weapons. But a lot of times, the AI, we can look at some AI ships, they'll just sort of go even split between shields and armor. And their weapons, typically, they favor either energy or kinetic. In this case, they favor energy. So if we focus all on shields, they'll have a harder time doing damage to us. And then there are other weapons, you know, that's just your basic outline. There are other weapons that do special stuff like this, go right through shields outright. You have weapons that do bonus damage to hull, which are more rare. Get the gamma lasers. I'm gonna go for the 0-point reactor. It's gonna take a while, but yeah. Yeah, that's the other component of it too, is missiles. Missiles, I think, go through shields. I mean, I'm not the huge... I like using torpedoes a lot, but I don't use too many missiles. I hope they just attack me at the fortress. You know what? I just remembered. We forgot to rebuild that defensive platform that got destroyed. The Kilimanjaro class platform. Oh, we can actually even build more, because I think I upgraded this at some point.
Station sustaining damage.
Yeah, torpedoes. And also some crises, like the, what are they called? The,
Research concluded.
The contingency. They have lots of shields, but very low armor and low hull points. So if you have weapons that penetrate shields, you can sort of kill them pretty quickly. So farming. Food is always plentiful. I think we want... I'm gonna go for the leadership because it'll be quick. 9 months, and we could use a different one. Oh, really? Oh, yeah, they don't build point defenses. That's good to know. Yeah, so...
Construction project concluded.
I'll have to keep that in mind. Yeah, there's lots of things always change in this game. Upgrade some... Oh, wow, look at all those upgrades. We got the minerals for it. Physics. We can build a mining droid there. Yeah, so since 2.0, since Apocalypse has come out, I haven't actually gotten into any fights with fallen empires. I know, like, in an earlier version of Apocalypse, corvettes with torpedoes and disruptors were like king. They could just destroy everything. They punched way above their weight class. And I've been trying a similar thing in my Pills-On playthrough, but it hasn't been as successful. So, I mean, I know they're always doing balance changes. So I'm not quite sure what is like the most optimal fleet design these days. So what's the enemy at? They're at 62% war exhaustion. If we can... Like, I'm just trying to not lose this warfare. Like, I have no huge galactic ambitions. I mean, just minor galactic ambitions. If I could be a local power, that's okay for me. Like, one thing I want to do is I definitely want to seize this pulsar system. But I just don't think we have the ships to spare to go up there and get into another war. Especially since the enemy isn't even bothering to attack this northern corridor, which is basically undefended.
Special project concluded.
Okay, we've got the mining droids. Yeah, the Fallen Empires have such... Their buildings are amazing. And this is a giant galaxy. I think I got the 4 Fallen Empires in here. So it's going to be crazy. It already is pretty crazy. We have this stagnant ascendancy. Butted up against the determined exterminators who are doing their own problem. This is kind of like a Star Trek, actually. You know, we're here up in our own quadrant of the galaxy with a large machine threat on the other side. And wow, they are snaking their way around. They've also got their hands into some wormholes, and they're over here as well. So it's basically an organically growing mid-game or end-game crisis. And I look forward to see how it goes. I mean, I don't have to worry about it. It's not my problem. So, I mean, yeah, the way this war is going to go, they're probably just going to get to 100% exhaustion. We'll do a status quo peace, and I either will control some of these systems or I won't, and we'll see. Okay, oh, core systems +1, only 18 months to grab that. Yeah, let's snag that. Yeah, we're at 4 out of 5. So actually there is a pre-FTL civilization here that we can just invade. You know, 50% habitability, maybe. There's a size 25 Gaia planet here, but unfortunately it got all turned into toxic wasteland. I won't... The less said about that, the better, so we can't colonize it until we terraform it. But I could colonize this nice planet up here, which is kind of vulnerable. I feel like it could get lost. We can't really defend it. Of course, if we could take that pulsar system, that'd be all worth it. Oh, we can make another starbase. That's what we need to do. If we make another starbase, we can increase our fleet capacity. Where do we want to do that? I guess... How about here? Because the starbase can then also serve as a defensive station, if it came to that. Yeah, because once we increase our naval capacity a bit more, then we could start building cruisers, get some big guns on the fleet that can take out enemy ships, enemy cruisers. How are my allies doing, by the way? They seem to be getting occupied. End of the Ilamanid Union. We'll see how this will affect the political climate. I don't know how.
Receiving transmission.
Doing mods for Stellaris, yeah, I've thought about it a bit, but I haven't really... I mean, I'm using some mods right now, just some sort of quality of life mods to enhance the UI and to make some keyboard shortcuts for upgrading massive amounts of buildings at, you know, a single keystroke. But as far as, like, changing the gameplay, not really. Like, there's nothing really that sort of piqued my interest. There is the Star Trek mod, though, which I would like to try one day. But I think the, okay, we Grex display psionic potential. They always do that. But with the new... Oh, what do you want? Greetings from... Oh, these are the gas giant gas bags that we've been ferrying around the galaxy. Things are progressing well here on our new colony. However, we have a small request. One of our colonists misses her family and friends on Boulderock terribly and wants to go home. Can we take her back? Okay, we can do that. Oh yeah, so anyway, Megacorp. Yeah, with Megacorp coming out, you know, it's going to take a while for a lot of mods to get updated for Megacorp. So I probably won't be doing any modding for a while. I think for the Megacorp, I'm going to make a nice, happy, egalitarian corporation that cares about its employees and gives them good benefits. And we'll see what happens. I'm looking forward to the planetary rework, obviously. I think I've ranted several times about how much I hate the tile system. I mean, I don't hate it, but just all the clicking that it creates. What happened to my science ship? I remember I sent the science ship to go research some debris. Did you not do that? Okay, well, you go research the... Look, I mean, we're not the intergalactic Uber. You can wait. Okay, you can go pick up the gas giant person, and the other person can go research. Fang Waffle will go pick up the gas giant entity, and Evelyn Zeminski can go research the debris. I mean, usually whenever I get that anomaly for the gas giant creatures, I always forget about it. Because you have like 90 days to research it, and then it ends, and it's like, oh, whatever. But this playthrough, I did take him to a new planet, and they found 500 minerals for me. What's happening here? Offers this gift given freely to the United Melkar League in the interest of continued friendship. Okay. Neat. Thank you. Wait, so those are mushroom people. It's these guys, right? Yeah. They're authoritarian xenophiles. So they like us. Their governments are xenophile, and being that they're authoritarian, they're like, everyone in our civilization must like aliens or else. And so they collected all the taxes, and they
complete. Opening comms.
gave the energy to us. Migration treaty. What are these guys all about? They're thrifty, sedentary, and solitary. I don't want to mess with all that right now. Got some defensive treaties forming. Okay, so the enemy has menacingly massed themselves. Holy crap, 12k? How did they do that? They are definitely in the superior fleet power territory these days. We're still upgrading that space station. So I think let's build some cruisers now, even though we have no place in the fleet for them. The Olympus Mons class cruiser. These only take up 4 capacity. So 10, 14, 18, 22. Okay, we can build 4 cruisers. They'll make a nice core to our fleet. A nice heavy core. A private collector on Old Sniderd has somehow come into ownership of an ancient precursor artifact believed to be Ute in origin. Despite government pressure, the collector has so far been reluctant to part with it. Yeah, I'll just pay 500 energy. Peanuts. Oh, so the enemy's at 71 exhaustion. We'll be able to settle for a status quo soon enough, I think. As long as we keep our fleet power up, and we could even do well to expand our fleet power. Oops.
Research concluded.
Core systems +1. Oh, we could even do it again for 45 months, but I don't think that's necessary. Nothing too useful. I guess a leader lifespan plus 10 years. So we've been neglecting our planets, I fear. We need to clear out some space. The hydro zone. You're still growing? Oh, so you could use probably a farm. We have plenty of food, but, you know, food shortages tend to sneak up on you, so it's always good to keep an eye on that. How is the audio, by the way? In particular, the sound from the game. It's not too quiet, is it? Let's get a trading hub. We got a merchant guild in here that we can talk to. In fact, we could even, like, we're not experiencing a shortage of anything really.
Construction project concluded.
It's good to hear that the construction project is concluded, and also that the audio is fine. Let's see. I don't need to be tracking this. How long does it take to move these people around? 120 days? And we're researching the debris. Oh, yeah, it's funny you should mention that, because I should be able to get habitats right now. Voidborn. Unlock station habitat. We have the influence and the minerals for it. So I wonder, is now the time to get habitats? Or will it be too much of a burden? Yeah, I think I'm going to go with habitats right now. Voidborn. And where's my construction ship? So let's head back to our home system. Traditionally where I always build the first habitat, because presumably I'll defend the system to the very end. So yeah, considering the fact that we need tons of minerals for building our habitats now, we should maybe talk to the Mutagen Merchant Guild and trade for minerals. We have... we can spare, I think we can spare 50 energy. 25 minerals. That is all. Especially we'll be building more power plants pretty soon. Alright, time to do the thing again, where we just take their systems. It's the tug of war that's happening. Now our goal here is to just not lose the war and not lose any territory. Because if we maintain our size and keep building habitats and colonizing planets within our territory, we'll just continue to get more powerful. And now we have our cruisers. Let's bring them to the front.
Shipwreck studied.
Ooh.
Fascinating. Special project concluded.
A single cargo tug hauling a gas canister has arrived at Balderrock under escort by the ISS Lagrange. The content of the canisters have been released into the gas giant's atmosphere, safely returning Dothnock colonists to her home. Good riddance. I feel the same way. Okay, so I will agree to this. We'll give them Engos Vapors for 30 years, and they'll give us energy and minerals. Normally, I would not agree to such a deal, but since they are closely aligned with us, I feel it'll be helpful. It'll further the endeavor. I mean, they need help fighting the Grek. the Grek despoilers. So the Grecs have basically 14k fleet power, whereas my allies have, it's hard to tell, they have an 8k fleet, a 5k fleet. Yeah, I think they're holding their own, just as we are holding our own. Okay, what's happening here? We're clearing out some tile blockers. Oh yeah, we're clearing out the dangerous wildlife. Oh yeah, so what did we get from the shipwrecks? Interlinked support systems, physics points, and engineering points. Nothing too exciting. Like, I don't think they don't have like any sort of advanced armor or shield technology that we don't have, so we're not going to get anything. Or I guess they do have better shields, so we could, if we're lucky, get better shield technology. So they got 2 massive battle groups, a fortress, and the planet, with only 257 power. So I mean, I'm reluctant to actually invade the planet because, of course, ground invasion gets you a ton of war exhaustion, and I don't want to. Currently, we're technically winning the war, and I don't want to mess that up. If they get 20 more exhaustion, we just need to increase our fleet power a bit, relatively speaking, to get the status quo. We're not going to surrender. Decline. And what's this raiding fleet? There's a raiding fleet traveling through our space? Oh, they went through the gateway. Curious. Curious indeed. So what do they have? They have... Oh, there's the main fleet. So they have 20 cruisers. Interesting. And our 4 cruisers will probably just get instantly destroyed if we go fighting them. So it's best to just stay put in the Majek system. If they attack us in Majek, we have our defensive platforms with large weapons that can pull their weight. But yeah, I'm trying to go for like a tall playthrough here. Just keep to myself, keep to my territory. And so far I think we've been doing a good job. The only issue with the Majek system though is there's no planet where we can put a garrison for the hyperspace inhibitor. Man, if they do attack us, though, they go at 24k fleet power. Yeah, we're roughly equivalent. We could. It would be if they. Yeah, it'd be costly for them to go after us here. It could be a decisive battle, one way or the other. Will they risk it? I don't know. I would risk it if I were them. Yeah, they're running away. Oh, you know what? Maybe we could just go jump them, since their fleet is split up. Well, no, we won't do that. It's not part of our doctrine of war. Atmospheric filtering for plus 5% habitability. Or ship upkeep minus 5%. Well, I'll go for the filtering. See, the thing is, though, these quick technologies are good for me to research because I filled up the discovery tree. So every time I research technology, I get the equivalent of 3 months' worth of Unity. And, you know, who's going to complain about 5% habitability enhancement? It's a good thing to have. And the habitat's only 8% complete. It's going to take a while. The capital planet is highly productive. We are growing more people by the day. Let's build some mining droids, give them a network, power plant. We got one engineering research there. Okay, I guess there's nothing more to do there. We're still clearing up more tile blockers on teletracks. And there's really no mining squares. So I mean, oh, what do you want? Oh, we will continue the deal for the mutagen crystals which grant us happiness. So I mean, we got these 2 tiles, each with 2 food, but we could probably turn one of them into a mining tile. We don't need that much food. We're at plus 20. For Pete's sake. So they're almost there. They're almost at 100% exhaustion. It's just, like, I got into this defensive treaty with these guys. Now we're sort of stuck with them. Oh, right, yeah, so... Totally forgot about this place. Let's build some anchorages. Yeah, one thing I don't like about Starbase is that you have to continue. You need to babysit them. You need to continually come back to them to queue up
Research concluded.
more structures. Like, once we finish the anchorage, then I can build the logistics office and all that stuff. It'd be nice if I could queue it up all at once. So pop growth speed plus 10%. I've noticed we've been having a hard time filling up our planets. The people need to be motivated, you know, to do the business. How are policies and edicts doing? We have capacity overload and production targets. That's kind of an issue. When these run out, our economy probably depends on these 2 edicts being active currently. Alright, so what are we going to go for next? I haven't really thought about this. I'm kind of thinking supremacy, because we can get the plus 2 starbase capacity. We definitely have the minerals to build more starbases and expand them, and it'll help with our warfare endeavors. Yeah, if we fill up supremacy, what do we get? We get the war doctrine policies, which is pretty good. Or we could stick with harmony. I'm going to go with supremacy. It's what we crave. Now we can build 2 more star bases. Thinking another starbase to focus on anchorages and another economic station. A split between the commercial interests and the military interests of our empire. Will appeal to both the Warhawks and the Doves. Okay, so we got the new railguns. And we can still go for Garanthium mining. Yeah, so in 17 months, we're going to get the equivalent of like 9 months of Unity. Which is crazy. That's 10% of our way to the next perk tradition. So they're almost there. 96%. If we just occupy a couple of systems, then we can get them to, yeah, I think this could work. If we get them to 100% exhaustion, then we just do a blitzkrieg, take these 3 systems, hopefully the occupation will be enough to push it over the edge, then we'll settle right then and there, and before they have time to respond. Because one thing I've noticed is that the AI does not usually mass their fleets on the border in anticipation of an attack. They keep their fleets in the rear and just only bring them out to respond to a threat. I guess, yeah, let's plow over this food. We're gonna make a mining network. Let's build a mining droid. No need to be shy. We can just expand our population as we want to, as we will. Of course, if we do settle for a status quo, I bet my allies are going to lose a lot of territory. But we could break our defensive treaty with them.
Research concluded.
Oh, that wasn't very exciting. L-Gate Insight. Ooh. Yeah, I think we want cruiser patterns to decrease the build cost and increase the build speed. Because who do we have around us? We have some friendly people around us. It's like this. Oh man, this entire portion of the galaxy. Yeah, the Grek, the Spoilers, and the Mandate. They are very threatening. But over here, much more welcome over here. Like the Ishni Combine, they just gave us energy. So as long as we can hold the bulwark, as long as we can hold this line, we'll be safe. We'll be good. Barring, of course, you know, what's ever happening over here. Yeah, this is going to unfold in a...
Receiving transmission.
No, we're not going to surrender. How many times do I have to tell you? Decline. They know they're weak. They know they can't win. That's why they want us to surrender. Yes. Alright, so we really should colonize another planet, another system. Oh, Starship Graveyard? What does that do? So I'm guessing this is going to cause an interesting event chain if we colonize this planet. I think we should do it. We'll see what happens. And look at all these minerals, man. A freakish amount of minerals. Canadia, that will be the name. I'm using a custom name list that I made.
A declaration of war has been announced.
Okay, so who is fighting who now? So this is a war happening down in the south of the galaxy. Not really of concern to us right now. Okay, so they are at 100% war. Oh, look at that! They are willing to surrender. Hey, that's cool. So, being at high war exhaustion, or having them, you know what I mean, it's a plus 100 bonus in our favor. So it's like a double whammy. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to seize these 3 systems, and then we're going to sue for peace. And then we will have expanded our territory, and it will be good.
Tile blocker cleared. Construction project concluded. Construction project concluded.
Then we could refit and rearm our fleets. Use those new advanced railguns. Speaking of which, we need to build our logistics office, upgrade to Starhold. Also, you. The wealth must flow. The trade. Things are really coming together. Okay, Admiral John R. has succeeded in his who mission? What? His mission? Lon Von Harris has also succeeded. Wormhole stabilization. Unfortunately, we have no wormholes in our territory. So I think I'm gonna go for the proton launcher, but if anyone has any suggestions, it's not too late to change. The final battle of the war. Mostly anticlimactic. Okay. So, if we sue for peace at this point, it looks like... Yeah, let's do it. So the Grek, I think they only have claim over Eurus. So, they're just going to get control of Eurus and nothing else, but I guess we'll see what happens. So keep an eye on those systems. We will accept this for now. Okay, we gained control of those 3 systems, and it looks like the Obroxy only lost Eurus, is that right? I believe that's correct. Yeah, see, if you look at the peace offer here, I'm like pointing at the screen, but of course you can't see me pointing, but the spoilers just gained Eurus, and the mandate of Brilthana gained Tarzi. Oh, so okay, our friends lost a planet with a valuable terraforming liquids. But that's okay. I mean, we gained... Look at that, we gained 12 minerals there. Some physics research. Excellent. Haha. Victory. This is definitely a victory. Status quo on paper, but practically speaking, 100% victory. So we need to upgrade. We need to
Research concluded.
What do we want? Let's go for, yeah, only 9 months to get the bonus army damage. Sure, why not? So we're gonna turn this into the new defensive choke point. Let's send the fleets home. In fact, actually go upgrade. We've researched better weapons and all that stuff.
Construction project concluded.
Our habitat is almost 60% complete. Ooh, we've discovered a Ute artifact. Several merchant ships passing in the vicinity have independently of each other reported anomalous readings coming from the direction of the moon. After studying these readings, experts of Mechland believe they may be indicative of ancient precursor activity. We should investigate that. Oh, looks like we have a couple of Ute artifacts we can grab. You, go do that. Project has already been researched? Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I thought it was strange that we would have forgotten one. Okay, so we're going to research that Ute artifact. We've just won the war, gaining control of 3 systems. We'll establish a new defensive choke point at Diomia once the starbase is ready to be upgraded. I mean, this calls for a celebration. Let's enact an edict of some kind. Health care for everyone, now that we've won the war. We are swimming in influence. In fact, I would be tempted to activate another research grants, but I think I'm going to build another habitat instead. So do we have a spare construction ship? We do. You're all the way. Oh man, you guys are so far away. But we will recall one of you. Let's build a habitat in the Isam system, how about? Right around Isam 3. We got some upgrades we can enact. Ooh, energy. This tile has a yield of 4 and 3.
Another day, another scientific breakthrough.
That's how I feel. Let's go for the fortress. Only 11 months to research that.
Tile blocker cleared. Initial colonization phase commencing.
Great. So we're going to colonize the planet in Nihil. We still have one more core system we can fill up. I think Reprix might be a good system because we have 2 planets here. We can colonize the desert world, and we can also invade this planet and subjugate the natives and move in our own people and our own robots. Look, they're in the Iron Age too. Alright, so the production target's edict has expired, but we still have positive minerals, so that's good. Got some upgrades on Hydrozone. We'll just let all these tiles get cleared out. So I think we definitely want to claim that pulsar system, because if we get that pulsar system, that could be a long-term defensive location.
Construction project concluded. Special project concluded.
You to artifact recovered. Let's make some gun batteries, upgrade you to a starhold, and then build a disruption field generator. My greatest fear is that at some point they'll come in through the north. I'm not sure when or if that'll ever happen, or if the AI is smart enough to do something like that. But if they do, we'll be sorry. And even still, maybe we should build a defensive
Fleet enhancements
station at the SO system,
Fleet enhancements supplied.
at the SOE system. A new chancellor.
Receiving transmission.
What? Okay. A research agreement. I'll gladly spend 1,000 minerals for that, because some of our factions do like having research agreements. They have a superior fleet power, but we are building more anchorages. We'll be able to support a much larger fleet pretty soon. I think once this... Maybe we could have 2 defensive choke points. We're over our starbase capacity, though. But as our population increases, so too will our starbase capacity. Especially since we'll be colonizing a habitat pretty soon. That should be good. It's going to be great. And what's the larger galactic situation like? We got some major players on the other end of the galaxy. Mandate unfulfilled.
Concluded.
Okay, we got the fortress. Okay, let's go for the living... I mean, nothing too exciting in this round of research, but more influence from factions is always good. Capacity overload has expired. Okay, we probably need to reenact that. Minus 80 energy. Not cool.
Construction project concluded.
Right, so we can be doing some more power plants here. Buffet habitat complete. Excellent. Okay, our energy problems should be solved pretty soon. We could have pre-built the colony ship, but we didn't, so whatever. Yeah, so now there's not too much going on. Like, we're kind of in the mid-game now. It's that part of the game where you just have to build and upgrade and expand. The tension of the war is over. So now things are very different. So our fleet capacity, okay, we can actually build some more cruisers. Let's do that, how about? How many more Olympus Mons cruisers can we fit? I guess 2 more. We'll do that. And we'll recall them back to Journost so they aren't consuming so many resources being out in space. We're upgrading...
Declaration of war has been announced.
Oh, so the Mutilor Authority. We know these people. These aliens. Who are they fighting?
Construction project concluded. Construction project concluded.
The Gyroid Confederacy.
Construction project concluded.
Now that's something that could affect us, since they are in our neighborhood. A Theocratic Republic. Interesting. They are egalitarian and spiritualist, so they hate us and love us. They hate us because we are wicked cyborgs, but they like us because we're a democracy. And then, of course, the Mutilors are xenophobic. Oh, we have a new colony, finally. Something to do. So we're actually going to build a robot here. And you can have a monument. Well, I'll put you on the minerals for now. We can rearrange some of these people later on, but for now that should be good.
Construction project concluded.
Proton launchers. Neutron launchers. Let's go for the neutron launchers, how about? I think we can load up our cruisers with neutron launchers. When the time is right. Right? Let's give you a naval logistics office, 2 more anchorages, upgrade you to a star fortress, and upgrade you to a star fortress as well.
Construction project concluded.
So how can I make my factions happier? I would like more influence. You're at 65% happiness? There's nothing else we can do? What about you? Dull edge. Oh!
Initial colonization phase commencing.
We've fallen behind technologically speaking, so they are unhappy. They want us to have synthetics. And we have our research agreements with other nations for the plus 5% happiness boost. Okay, so we really need to focus on our science. Once we colonize the habitat, we can build energy plants and also science labs to hopefully increase our science output. Hey, it's these guys again. They no longer respond. Contact with our colony on New Balderak has been lost. They no longer respond to any of our satellite transmissions, and we fear the worst. Perhaps the aliens who bombarded our original homeworld have returned to finish the job. Please send the ship to investigate. Okay. Yeah, we'll dispatch a ship at once. I feel like it'll be worth it in the end. We need to send a science ship. We already have a science ship there. It's a full-time job at being your babysitters. I just hope we're ready for the next war when it comes. We might not be, you know? It's a crazy galaxy out there. Anything could happen. Let's see. Oh, yeah, so we can, I guess we can build some more cruisers, how about? Excuse me. We can fit in 2 more cruisers. Okay, we'll get some more unity from this new migrant. Recent immigration. Everybody wants to move to the new planets. Get opportunity. You know, developing a new planet, there's lots of chances to make money, make a name for yourself, become famous. So we don't need another core system right now. I think I would like to get do some genetic modification. Yeah, definitely. We should do some genetic modification. Because when I initially designed this species, it was kind of ill thought out. For a couple of reasons. Because I gave my people... Oh, well, I'll explain more about that in just a moment after we resolve the project. The satellite colony used to communicate with their capital is still functional as far as we can tell. Greetings from the new Balderok Revolutionary Front. We have thrown off the yoke of oppression and are at last free from the tyranny of Balderok. We have no quarrel with you, Melkar Superior, as long as you refrain from aiding the Balderok imperialists in their inevitable attempt to crush our revolution. You can help us take the fight to our enemies, however. Would you be willing to deliver one of our commando units to Balderok? I'm gonna do it. Let's do it. And I hope to be rewarded handsomely for this. Advanced mineral processing. Oh, actually, let's go for, it's a tough call. Durasteel materials, or let's go for the mining. I'm pretty sure the economic benefits are far, far more valuable than a brief military advantage. Okay, well, it's been an hour now, so I'm probably going to end the stream pretty soon. So I think I'll probably be doing these streams every Tuesday and Thursday, and maybe Friday or Saturday. But on those days, I'll probably do some random game, not Stellaris, just some other game. So I guess we'll see how this commando unit infiltration goes. Maybe finish off a couple of things here and there, and then we'll probably see all of you on Thursday. Okay, so about 60 more days to go.
Construction project concluded. Special project concluded. Construction project concluded.
Okay, well, so we completed that mission, but... Oh, okay, so they're getting back to us. This is Citizen Photanga. The people of Balderok have overthrown the tyrants and oppressors that sought to enslave our species under their rule. A revolutionary council has been established to see our great nation through this transitional phase. While we work diligently to restore freedom to the people, we wish to thank you, comrades. That is all. Okay, well, perhaps everything will work out. I guess my final act will be to colonize this planet. Or not colonize, we can't colonize it. I'd like to terraform it. But I guess we can't because technically it's still a Gaia planet. Okay. Well, that is all for this stream. Thank you so much for everyone that came around. And we'll be doing this again on Thursday, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Have a good night.